Captain, what would be your assessment of the entire match? Is it the lack of experience against the pink ball which played against the Indian team on the field in the entire match?
No, I wouldn't say it's lack of experience. It is what it is. There is, when you come to Australia, you have to play a pink ball test match. There is no doubt about it. It's just that we didn't play well enough, and Australia played better cricket than us, and they won the test match. Why did we not play well? Of course, there are a lot of things that we need to look into our game, our plans, and the stuff we do during the game. Things didn't go our way, which we wanted to, but these things happen.
Rohit, collectively on day one, you said things didn't go your way. Just you had the best sort of batting conditions on day one and the best bowling conditions. Was that a disappointment, the lack of execution on the first day?
Yeah, I feel so. When you come to Australia, I feel the best chance of winning a test match is by putting runs on the board. Of course, when we won the toss, we elected to bat. We knew there will be challenges with that ball. But in the past, we've done that many a times where the conditions have been little challenging, and we've batted really well to put runs on the board and then try and put pressure on the opposition. Like I said, that is the disappointing part, that we didn't bat it well enough. Probably were 30-40 runs short with the bat in the first innings, and then there were opportunities when Australia was batting, and we failed to take those chances. And obviously, when you miss those chances, it is never easy, and it's not going to be easy. The opposition will always make you pay for it, and that's what happened. And then in the second innings as well, we thought the conditions were better. Again, we were not good enough with the bat.
Rohit, before the start of this series, Jasprit, when he did the pre-match press conference, he said that they are not carrying any baggage from the New Zealand series. But that time you had a gap of like 15 days or so between the two series. Now we have short turnover time before the Brisbane Test match. How, as a team, will you ensure that you guys will not carry any mental scar of this game to Brisbane?
Firstly, it's not a scar. It's just we've lost a test match. We didn't play well enough. So it's important in this short time that we have before the next test match, just to figure out, certain things with our own selves about, if we want to bat, how we want to bat, and if we want to bowl, what lines and what lengths and what kind of field placement we need to have. Those are the things more than anything else. Like I said, it's still 1-1. There's plenty of things left in this series still, and there's definitely a way for us to get back into the game, and we need to find that within ourselves, how we need to do that. There are a lot of individuals in that dressing room who have played a lot of cricket, won a lot of games, have come back from difficult situations in the past. So we hope that everyone stands up to that challenge and takes the team through whenever it's required.
Rohit, in terms of your batting prep leading into this series, were you happy with that? And you were the one batting in the ninth session, which is usually the toughest to bat in. So, how was it like batting? Was it different? Was it tougher? Does it look tough?
At number 6?
No,
batting under
batting
lights.
in the ninth session. It looked tough.
No, look, it is, of course, slightly different from what you usually do. With the white side screen and pink ball, it is something different. We are used to playing, in the black side screen with white ball. But again, this is what it is. When you come to Australia, you have to be mentally ready to play the test match and be ready to bat under different situations, different conditions. It can be difficult, but that is not an excuse for any batter to say or point out. I think the conditions are there for both teams. They batted well, they got the runs. We didn't bat well enough to get enough runs, and that is where I think was the difference.
Rohit, Does the downturn in India's batting form concern you in any way? Reddy's been our top scorer in 3 of the 4 innings here. We didn't really have a great series against New Zealand as well. Does it worry you at any level?
I wouldn't say worry. I mean, see, if you take the last 5 or 6 test matches out, of course, in India we didn't bat well enough. We accept that, and we agree when we play in India, we are trying to play on a very difficult conditions, and that is what we wanted. It's not by anyone else's choice. It was our choice, and we knew that the big scoring or the highest or high scoring games are not going to happen, and that is something that has been the case over the last 4 or 5 years, and we accept that. But whenever we travel abroad, the conditions are there to score runs. We have scored runs as well. Like you saw in the first game, we got a lot of runs. Batters got hundreds and stuff like that. But yeah, look, this game, I'm not going to look too much into this game and start worrying about little things. But every batter who's out there or who's playing for this team wants to get runs and wants to get big runs and get the team to good place. It's just that sometimes it happens where you're trying everything you can from your side. It just doesn't happen. And I can see guys are putting a lot of effort in their plans, in what they want to do. There has been a lot of conversation around that within the group. Which is what I will be looking into. How are we planning? How are we talking within ourselves? And what are our plans, mindset while playing a test match? Guys getting out, that happens everywhere, not just in India. Every team gets out. The guys go through a bad form, and all of those things happens a lot. Not just, like I said, not in India, but everywhere else as well. So rather than looking too much into it, just our focus will be now how we can come out on top in Brisbane and try and see how we can do things better.
Well, it was a pretty spicy confrontation yesterday between Mohammed Siraj and Travis Head. What did you make of it?
It was interesting. I don't know. I was standing at the slips. I don't know what was exchanged, but two competitive teams are going at each other. These things happen. Travis was batting well. Obviously, our plan was to get him out. And on the other side, Travis wanted to try and put our bowlers under pressure. And we got the wicket. He celebrated it. There were obviously few words changed within the two of them. I exactly don't know what was said because my job is not just to look at that one incident. I'm focused on the overall picture or the overall test match. But again, I don't think we can look too much into that. When India and Australia always play, these things happen, and these are now just part of the game.
And Rohit, can you explain the reasons why you decided not to have any more open net sessions?
Sorry?
The open net sessions that you had with the public being close to the nets the other night. What was the decision from the
Let's talk about the test right now. Yeah.
No, I can say it. No. No, let me say it. It's fine.
Open net session.
Oh yeah, just interested to hear.
No, the net sessions are very private, and this was the first time ever I saw so many people during the nets. And when you're training, when you're practicing, there has been a lot of conversation that happens, and those conversations are very private. We don't want anyone to hear those conversations. It is as simple as that, because there's a lot of planning, there's a lot of talking that happens, and the crowds are very close to that practice facility. There's 5 days of test cricket, they can come and watch us there.
Just wanted to ask another question about Siraj. Like, obviously you've worked with him as a captain quite a bit. Like, when do you think he's at his best in terms of the temperament? Like, do you think he bowls better when he's fired up or when he's calmer?
Yeah, I mean, he likes to get into the battle. As simple as that. It gives him success, and as a captain, it's my job, to back that aggression. Obviously, there is a fine line between that. We don't want to cross anything that can bring dispute into the game. But obviously, having a word or two with the opposition is not the bad thing, and he likes it. And that's what gets him going. In the past, we've seen so many cricketers who likes that battle, and Siraj is definitely one of them. But again, like I said, there's a thin line between getting aggressive and getting too aggressive and crossing that line. Obviously, as a captain, it is also my responsibility to make sure that we don't cross the line. But yeah, a word or two here and there, I don't think makes a huge difference.
And just quickly, after the exchange between him and Travis last night, the crowd got into it. He was booed a lot. Maybe he'll get booed potentially the rest of the series. Like, do you think that has any effect, or is it just what's going to reply?
I don't think it matters too much. All our guys are used to playing in such big crowds. Things go well, they support. Things don't go well, they don't support. That happens everywhere. But Siraj knows what he needs to do for the team, and he will do everything that is required. Leaving the external factor aside, his job is to take wickets, and he will do everything he can to try and get wickets for his team. All those things that happens outside, guys are quite mature now to keep those things outside, not to let them affect their game. So Siraj is one of them.
Yeah, Perth first day and then here 2 innings. When the ball moves round a bit, the runs haven't come from India. So what would the philosophy, when people have tried defending also, like you, Kohli, everybody, got out, and some have been out. Is there a plan that you would like to see from you and from other teams, from your other teammates, in this sort of conditions, to do it differently? Something is there, or what should be the approach when the ball moves?
Yeah, look, there are a lot of things that gets discussed when the conditions are challenged or challenging. But I don't want to disclose too much about, because it's a very private conversation that we actually do with the players, and the players come up with their plans, And when things are tough, there are many guys who have been in that place where there has been challenge and we've come out on top as well. Perth was the best example recently. Yes, we got bowled out for 100 runs in the first innings. With that mindset, there was possibly a chance for us to get bowled out again for a lower score. But again, this is what shows about the team, that the team is quite keen to make the difference. And whatever challenges are there and the conditions are tough, we want to battle it out there, stay out there and grind it out. That's what Jaiswal and KL did, to get that 200-run partnership. It was not just trying and swinging the bat. KL especially played more than 200, close to 200 balls to get his 70, and Jaiswal as well, knowing his aggressive nature, how he wants to bat. He batted 300 balls to get those 150 runs. So, yeah, these are the things where, like I said, we've been in the place where it has been challenging. We've been bowled out, but then again we've left it behind and then started thinking what we can do in the next innings, and that shows what we did in Perth. We just left the baggage of the first innings there, and then we started the second innings really fresh and got those big runs.
Just on Jasprit Bumrah, when you have a bowler like him, it looked like often it was a different game when he had the ball in his hand. How much do you have to think about being in the present, and also about the 3 tests to come, especially with such a short gap between this one and Brisbane?
Yeah, right now I won't be thinking about Sydney at all. We need to think about what we can do in Brisbane. And it's a great thing to have someone like Bumrah, but he's not the only one who's going to get the job done every time. The other guys have to take that responsibility. And, Siraj, especially, along with Bumrah, when he got those 4 wickets as well, the responsibility was shared, and that is what we look forward to. There are times where Bumrah will not get wickets, and the other guys needs to step in, and that's how we talk within our batting group as well. XYZ will not get runs every time. the other guys need to come to the party and share the responsibility. And that's what everyone understands as well. It's not about just one individual or two individual. If you want to win the test match, a series, everyone needs to share that responsibility of putting their hand up and getting the job done for the team. And that's something that I've seen within the group for many years now. It's not the case now, but it's always nice to have few guys sharing that responsibility.
Rohit, is there any chance of, since you are saying that everybody needs to step in, any chance of Mohammed Shami being called in for the last 2 test matches or maybe in Brisbane? Because he has been playing regularly in domestic cricket and Ranji Trophy too, and the last time Syed Mushtaq Ali, he did more 5 or 6 matches in the last 8 to 9 days, has been bowling well. Is there any chance of team management asking him to come for the remainder of the series or maybe for the last 2 test matches?
No, definitely. That door is very much open, but we're just monitoring him because while playing Syed Mushtaq Ali, he again got some swelling in his knee, which obviously hampers his preparation to come and play a test match. We want to be very, very careful. We don't want to bring him here in a situation and he plays and then he pulls up sore or something happens. We want to be more than 100% sure with him, because it's been such a long time that he's not played cricket. And to be fair to him, we don't want to put pressure on him to come here and do the job for the team. So there are some professionals who are monitoring him.
BCCI medical team is monitoring.
Yes, of course, they are there with him, and we will take the call based on what those guys feel there, because they are the ones watching him every game, how he pulls up after the game, after bowling 4 overs, standing for 20 overs. So we just have to be very, very careful. But again, like I said, that door is very much open for him to come and play anytime.
We'll just take 2 questions in Hindi now. That's it.
रोहित, आकाशदीप को हमने देखा नेट्स में काफ़ी अच्छी बॉलिंग कर रहे थे, लाइक स्टार्क की जैसी लाइन एंड लेंथ थी ठीक उसी तरीके से. आपको लगता है कहीं ना कहीं मतलब अगर वो टीम में होते तो कोई फ़र्क पड़ता राणा की जगह?
नहीं, देखिए, राणा ने कुछ गलत नहीं किया था फर्स्ट टेस्ट मैच में. उन्होंने जो भी किया काफ़ी अच्छा किया. क्रूशल ब्रेक थ्रूज जब चाहिए थे टीम को उन्होंने दिलाया. तो मैं बिलीव करता हूँ कि अगर किसी ने कुछ गलत नहीं किया है तो उसको बिना किसी रीज़न के बाहर नहीं किया जा सकता है, और करना भी नहीं चाहिए, क्योंकि टीम में फिर क्या कॉन्फिडेंस ज़्यादा है कि आप एक मैच मुझे देते हो, दूसरा मैच बाहर कर देते हो. ये किसी भी प्लेयर के लिए और या किसी भी टीम के लिए ये चीज़ अच्छी नहीं है, ऐसा मैं समझता हूँ. हमको देखना चाहिए कि क्या सिचुएशन है और कितना हेल्पफुल है कंडीशंस. बट देखिए, एक मैच खिला के किसी को जज करना इट्स नॉट द राइट थिंग. बट देखिए, ऑप्शंस हम हमेशा ओपन रखते हैं किसी भी प्लेयर को खेलने के लिए, क्योंकि यहाँ पे ये टेस्ट मैच हमें जीतना है, और इस टेस्ट मैच को जीतने के लिए अगर ऐसी चेंजेस करने पड़े तो हम करेंगे. बट मुझे लगा कि उसने कुछ गलत किया नहीं है, तो उसे बिना कोई रीज़न के बाहर करना कोई मतलब नहीं बनता. और वो जो प्रैक्टिस मैच भी खेले उसमें भी उसने आके 3-4 विकेट लिए, तो वो अच्छे रिदम में लग रहे थे. ठीक है, हो जाता है कभी कभी, जो चाहिए टीम को वो नहीं हो पाता है. अच्छे बैट्समैन के सामने आ गए, उन्होंने प्रेशर डाला उसके ऊपर, बट उसके पास दिल है, उसके पास जिगर है, तो ऐसे चीज़ों को बैक करना चाहिए.
रोहित, आपने बुमराह की बात की. बुमराह इस सीरीज में आउटस्टैंडिंग दिख रहे हैं. अगर उनके आंकड़े भी देखें तो अकेले बुमराह का जो आंकड़ा है पूरे इंडियन अटैक का लगभग बराबर है. तो एज ए कैप्टन आपके लिए डिलेमा होती है कि भाई मैं कब उसको यूज़ करूँ? 5 टेस्ट मैच की सीरीज है, बचाना भी है, ज़रूरत है. ये क्या, इसको कैसे आप हैंडल कर रहे हैं बुमराह की जहाँ तक बात है?
नहीं, देखिए, मैं जैसे उनका स्पेल होता है मैं बात करता हूँ उनसे, पूछता हूँ कि बॉडी कैसा फील हो रहा है, फ्रेश है नहीं है, क्योंकि 5 मैच का सीरीज़ है जैसे आपने बताया, और 5 मैच की सीरीज़ में हम चाहते हैं कि बुमराह सारे मैचेस खेले और फ्रेश रहे. तो इम्पॉर्टेंट हो जाता है कि ये सब चीज़ एनालाइज करना, जब एक आप टेस्ट मैच खेल रहे हो जिसमें बॉलर बॉलिंग डाल रहे हैं, कितना वर्कलोड होता है, कितना नहीं होता है, ये सब चीज़ मैनेज करना ज़रूरी हो जाता है. तो ये भी चीज़ जैसे मैंने बताया कि हमारे पास डॉक्टर्स है, फिजियोज़ है, ट्रेनर्स है, हम रेगुलरली देखते हैं कि कौन से बॉलर के पास, कौन से बॉलर के अंदर कितना गैस है, कितना फ्यूल है, कितना लंबा जा सकता है, कितना नहीं कर सकता है। तो ये सब चीज़ के बारे में बातें होती रहती है। और देखिए हम सिर्फ एक बॉलर से नहीं खेल रहे, देयर आर अदर बॉलर्स ऑल्सो कि जिनको रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेनी पड़ेगी और काम करना पड़ेगा टीम के लिए। और सिराज हो, हर्षित राणा हो, नीतीश रेड्डी हो, आकाशदीप हो, प्रसिद्ध हो, ये लोग अभी अभी आए टेस्ट क्रिकेट में, इनको भी कॉन्फिडेंस देना ज़रूरी है। जब भी ये लोग मैच खेलेंगे इनको कॉन्फिडेंस देना ज़रूरी है। तो ये सब चीज़ ध्यान में रखते हुए जो प्लानिंग हम करते हैं कि किसको कैसे बॉल डलाना है, कितना बॉल डलाना है, प्लानिंग होती रहती है, बातचीत होती रहती है। बट आप ये नहीं एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हो कि बुमराह दोनों एंड से बुमराह ही डालेंगे सुबह से लेकर शाम तक। तो मैनेज करना बॉलरों को बहुत ज़रूरी है और ये सब चीज़ें हम आपस में डिस्कस करते हैं, बात करते हैं, बॉलर से बात करते हैं और उसके बाद जो भी डिसीजन होता है वो डिसीजन लेते हैं।